Hi, folks. I'm the Bald Guy, and these are Bald Guy Basics. One of the modern trends in young men's fashion is to have your pants hanging down your backside. Well, I am not ashamed to tell you I'm old school, and that means I'm going to have my pants up and I'm going to have a belt to hold my pants up. But there are belts and there are belts. I've got one of my leather belts here, and I want to show you a problem. Now, it's a reversible belt, so you see here one side, and I don't know if you can notice up close, but there's the belt loop that I typically use, and the hole is already stretched. But what I really want to show you is the backside. I use this quite a lot, and you see damage. You see the leather being scraped away. And if you recall, if you've watched many of my videos, one of them I did a video on shaping your own leather holster, and I made a holster for a tape measure, and I made the comment that I despise a belt clip. It's not because belt clips don't work. It's not because stuff pops off my belt. It's because they damage my belt, and I really don't like that. So recently I discovered a product that for me has been great. Now here's my cell phone holder, and it's custom made out of my brother's leather shop, but it has a metal clip. And one of the things I find with this hanging on, I have it on my right hip, when I sit down and the belt is through it, because it's vertical, I catch it in the truck when I get in. My seat belt buckle is right there on the side, and this thing gets pulled, and that pulls the belt. I saw, and I've known about tactical belts for a long time, but I saw an advertisement for a tactical belt that is stiff nylon, so you get no collapse out of it, but it has an elasticity in it in the horizontal direction. And I thought that looks really interesting, so I got one. Now, whether I wear this to church, I bought it because it has a nice looking buckle, so I can get away with wearing it with dress clothes. And I always have my cell phone on me. I've got a couple different holsters, but this is kind of my go-to guy. I'm also on the security team at church, which means I'm often carrying a sidearm. And the sidearm is usually clipped onto my belt, and the clips are usually metal. With this flexible tactical belt, not only am I comfortable, not only do I look presentable, it doesn't look tactical, but when I sit, when I change positions, when I find myself in a bind, especially in a vehicle or in, say, a tight chair at a restaurant or something, I don't find myself fighting against whatever's hanging on my belt. It's the same issue out here on my tractor. More than once on a leather belt, I've sat down on the tractor or even the mower, and because the seat was tight or the armrest was tight against the seat, it would catch and push this thing right off the belt because there was no give in the belt. Been wearing this for 2 or 3 weeks now, and I'm loving it. I don't notice the things that are hanging on my belt. I don't notice getting into a bind because of the flexibility. And because this belt has no holes, it is I call it a tension clasp. There's a set of teeth there that as you close it, bites into this, and I can adjust my fit in fraction of an inch increments rather than the old leather belt with 1 inch increments. And you've probably been there if you're like me and you're carrying a little extra weight around the middle. It's one of the most aggravating things to have a belt that in one loop you're just a little bit too loose and your pants are sagging, and in the other loop you're trying to get your breath because it's just a little too tight. This offers adjustability, it offers presentability, it offers flexibility, and it offers it at a very economical price. Leather belts at a not a big box store, not a Walmart or a Kmart or those kind of place. A leather belt at, say, a Belk's or somewhere like that, for me, runs, I'm thinking $35 to $39. And of course, being the cheapskate that I am, I wait till they're on sale. But still, you've got a nice investment in them. And if you go in the specialty route, if my brother were to make one in his leather shop, they start at about $70. When I saw the advertisement for the flexible tactical belt, this is by Bulliant, by the way, I said, man, I wonder what that's going to cost. $22.99. I've worn this black one for a few weeks, and I like it so good I ordered a brown one just yesterday, and I will use that for my tan and brown colored clothes. So if you ever have trouble with a belt with fit, with damage, with binding on things, I want to recommend to you that you look at some of these tactical belts. I get nothing from Bulliant, so I'm not pushing the Bulliant. It's simply the one that I have. But I'll tell you that you will get a nice economical belt with a lot of features that will make the belt more comfortable for you, more secure, and you won't be showing your hind end because it holds your pants up better. I hope this helps you. I'm the Bald Guy, and these are Bald Guy Basics.